The top story this evening in our news is the federal corruption trial of former Governor Ricky Bordallo may now be coming to an end. Cable News has learned from a source close to that trial this evening that the jury is now deliberating on the last of the 17 charges against the former governor. The verdict could apparently come down at any moment now. Kurt Chason is standing by at the federal court building to bring us up to date. Kirk, what's happening?
Thank you, Greg. Well, as you told me, I've received some information from a source close to the trial that the jury is deliberating on the last count of the 17-count indictment that the former governor is facing. A couple of developments that took place in the deliberations today. The first was that the jury asked to listen to a tape-recorded conversation for the second time in their deliberations between the former governor and local engineer Johnny Carpio. Now, that was a secretly tape-recorded conversation in which Carpio had been talking with the former governor about a $60,000 campaign contribution. Now, part of the defense during the trial has been that that tape-recorded conversation was a form of entrapment on the part of the FBI, trapping the governor into making statements that he, as they say, would not have made without that tape-recorded conversation. That is another part of the developments in the deliberations today. The jury asked to have the judge explain to them once again some of the aspects of the law surrounding entrapment. So those are the two developments in the jury deliberations today. As you had mentioned, the jury is apparently deliberating on the last of the 17 counts. I have heard that they were either going to come up with a verdict by about 6 o'clock today, or that it could come down very early tomorrow morning. Back to you, Greg.
Well, now, Kirk, you've been down at the courthouse since we first learned that the jury might be close to a verdict. What is the feeling around the courthouse? Is it tense or is it quiet? And is the former governor there?
Well, actually, Greg, the feeling has intensified considerably in about the past 15 to 20 minutes. About 15 minutes ago, the former governor walked into the 6th floor. He had a brief conversation with marshals. He was then followed very soon after by a number of his supporters. There is a number of supporters downstairs across the street picketing, protesting, as they have been throughout the course of the trial. Just a few minutes before I came up here, one of the defense attorneys came up to the 6th floor, as well as the former governor's investigator, Dave Link, throughout the trial. Assistant U.S. Attorney Paul Vernier is on the 6th floor, although he has been not commenting on any questions, as has been the prosecution stance throughout the course of the trial. Greg?
Kirk, we also understand that Judge Cristobal Duenas has decided to cut off today's deliberation at about 6 o'clock this evening. Any reason for that?
Yes, I've confirmed that from Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal John Bloss, who told me that they will be breaking at about 6 o'clock. They should be breaking right now. In fact, if they don't have a verdict, I'll be going downstairs in just a moment to check that out. But he told me, yes, they will be breaking at 6 o'clock today if there is no verdict reached. I asked him about that. He said he had simply received an order from the judge, but that his speculation was simply that fatigue could be entering into the situation at this point. Deliberating until 10 o'clock at night, he speculated could become actually counterproductive up to a certain point. That is our report for right now. Back to you, Greg.
Thank you very much, Kurt Chason. And of course, just as soon as we have any word on the decision, we'll have it right here on Cable News.